Giggly Gorilla Studios coming at you live from the trees of the New York sewer system. New York City. Here we are, Everest.
How the fuck did they get trees down in the sewer system? What the heck?
I don't know, dog.
What is growing down there?
It might have got here with the ooze. I don't know.
That's a very good point. How's it going, Brayden?
Pretty good. My whole day has been Ninja Turtles and editing.
That sounds like an okay day to me. I mean...
Hey, beach working.
That's facts. That is so unbelievably true. So, the last double feature podcast episode we did, in terms of movies, was The Prestige and Inception, which made a lot of sense because, you know, two Nolan movies, kind of in between the Dark Knight trilogy, and Oppenheimer was coming out. So, naturally, the next logical move in terms of a double feature episode is the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie and The Meg. So that's what we're doing here today.
Yeah, mutant turtles and a prehistoric shark. What other conclusion could there be? What other sequel is there?
I have no idea. But there's a new Ninja Turtles movie out this weekend. There's also a new Meg movie out this weekend. So we thought, hey, let's talk about these two movies. Brayden's actually just seen the new Ninja Turtles movie. So I'll let him talk about that for a little bit if he wants. Maybe I'll go see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't really planning on seeing it, but one of my friends wanted to go. He just asked if I wanted to see it. I was like, sure, I'll see it. I mean, I like the Turtles. And it wasn't a bad movie. I think the animation is excellent. Like, it's Spider-Verse-esque. So, Spider-Verse really has changed the animation industry for the best because I think that animation style is it's so fluent and vividly, it's appealing. It's
sick.
Yeah, it offers something that, you know, you can't just get at home too, so it gives you more reason to go to the theater and see it. But yeah, exactly. Outside of the animation, nothing too amazing, I don't think. Nothing groundbreaking. It's a fun time. If you're a Ninja Turtles fan, I don't see why you wouldn't like it. So, I'd recommend it to anyone that's a Turtles fan.
That's fair enough. I'm not that big of a Turtles fan. This morning was actually the first time I had seen the 1990 movie. And I'll get into my thoughts on that later. But I don't know, dude. I'm just like conflicted because I want to go see one of these movies, like the new Mutant Mayhem or the Meg 2. But at this point, I don't know if I actually am going to go and see either because I'm not a big Ninja Turtles fan, and you and Connor have both said like it's all right or it's like good but nothing special. And then the Meg 2 has just gotten like horrible reviews like nonstop. So I'm like, maybe I'll just go see Barbie again. I don't know. But yeah, well, we've talked about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's a mouthful. Talked about the new movie. So why don't we head right into the first time these glorious turtles graced the big screen in the year 1990, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, in the form of live action. I think the suits look great in this movie. I think the suits, they work
too.
They work so well.
Yeah. I think they work too. Jim Henson, the like Muppet guy, like his studio is the one who worked on the suits and basically created the suits. And yeah, I was surprised how good they looked. Sometimes they come off as a little goofy, but the movie's a little goofy. So I think for the story and the time period, they look great.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think this movie is pretty great, but it's because it's a movie from 1990. Like, if you made this movie today, it obviously wouldn't work, but you can say the same thing about Batman 89 or countless other movies from that era. Like,
yeah.
There's not many movies that would still hold up from back then if you made it today, other than like a Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, no, I agree with that. I did really like the movie. I thought it was really funny. I was surprised by how much heart it has. Like, we can get into specific moments, but I was like not expecting it to have emotional beats that I actually cared about.
Oh my God, when this is jumping towards the end, sort of, but when Raphael is taken out of commission and like Leonardo will not leave him. Like, he will not leave Raphael's side when he's in that state.
I know. And dude, it's so great because Leonardo was the one to like push Raphael away because they have like a big argument, and Raphael like leaves, which leads to him getting beat up. And so I feel like it's so great that Leonardo feels like this responsibility to like make it up to his friend by not leaving his side. And then when his brother, everything, yeah. When he wakes up, he's so happy too. Like Leonardo is just, there's so much pure joy from him when Raphael wakes up.
Raphael is just like, Leo, don't. Because Leo, before all this happened, Leo basically told Raph that he doesn't need him. And then all this went down, and once Raph wakes up, Leo is like, look, Raph, like what I said before about not needing you and all. And Raph is just like, don't, Leo. The first thing when Raph wakes up too, he's like, what's a guy gotta do to get some food around here?
I know. They love their food, especially pizza. I, of course, was aware of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' affection for this great food, but I did not know how many times it would come up in this movie.
I've been so tempted to go get pizza today between watching the 1990 movie and the new one.
I know. I want some pizza now. Dude, Raphael as a whole is just awesome in this movie. Like, I still think you were asking me if I had a favorite turtle earlier in the day before we started recording, and I said Donatello, and I still think that's like probably my favorite just because I like him. He has some funny ass stuff in this movie, but I love all of like Trenchcoat Raphael, which is like iconic, even if you haven't seen the movie. And once he gets back, he's that guy, pal, and I love Raph.
Yeah, Raph's always been my favorite. I don't know how much this movie actually has to do with it, but yeah, Trenchcoat Raphael is amazing. And I love that, like, in the opening, like, close to the beginning, first 10 minutes of the movie, when Raph is first, like, fighting Casey, and Casey gets the better of him, and then he's chasing him down, and they pass the taxi, and the passenger's just like, what was that? And the cab driver's like, it looked like a giant turtle in a trench coat. You're going to Lavadia, right?
Yeah.
Just brushed it off.
I've actually flown out of that airport this last spring when we went on my tour for colleges. We went down to New York, and that is the airport we flew out of. So,
interesting.
LaGuardia, yeah. But no, I love that scene. I was like, man, this taxi driver do not care. He just had too long of a day. He has seen it all. There's nothing that's gonna faze this man.
Yeah, no, when April first comes into the movie, she's like, why can I not dream about normal things? And I don't know if she actually thought she was dreaming or just wanted to believe it, but yeah, she eventually was like, this isn't a dream.
Yeah. One thing, okay, this is like kind of a complaint I had, but I also just think it's funny. Tell me how the villains in this movie also dress and look like ninjas. Like, this is before they don't even know about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it just so happens that the villains are also ninja people. Like, that's so convenient.
Well, I think it's because Shredder, Shredder was already Shredder, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that makes sense. But it's just like, no way. Shredder and Splinter met each other in Japan, and now they both have, like, crews here in New York City at the same time. It's
like, no way, Shredder knew Splinter before he actually became Splinter, before he was even exposed to the ooze? That's crazy.
I know. Dude, there's more flashbacks in this than I thought we were gonna get, just because, like, with someone who hasn't seen it before, I would have expected if there was gonna be, like, flashback stuff, for it to be, like, at the beginning as a sort of origin thing. And I was kind of surprised where they would, like, they pick up and the turtles were already, like, full grown and the turtles, and then they kind of just, like, throw these flashbacks in here, from time to time, which I think works, but it wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah, it seems, that format kind of seems weird for a movie from that time.
Yeah, it does. I guess, like, there's so many scenes in this movie that I really do like, and are, like, I think are super fun. But I wouldn't say, like, one of my issues with it is I just feel like there's not a ton of narrative flow to it for me. Like, it just kind of feels like we're going from turtles doing funny things to, like, another scene where the turtles are doing something and then, like, action scene. Like, I don't think the, like, narrative structure was that great. but the individual scenes themselves, for me, are really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, hey, here are the turtles. They're just trying to be, everyday people. They're just trying to, live about in society. And here's the Foot Clan. They're evil, and you can come here and do anything you want. All you troubled kids, come smoke. It's free. Just join the Foot Clan.
Dude, I love that headquarters though. I would like to hang out in that place where all the kids are.
I know. I was like, why was this not a place when I was in high school, dog? What the heck?
Right? Like it would be easy to get me signed up for something like that, dude. You show me that place, I'm in. Yeah, they had arcades. They had like basketball hoop. They were smoking.
Yeah, they had drugs. They had it all.
I know. I was like, what is this, like the 1990s equivalent of like Dave and Buster's or something? Like, what is?
They had martial arts training.
I know. I was like, God dang. There are so many just like funny 90s comedy moments in this movie though that I think are awesome. Like, when Raph gets he gets into the argument with Leonardo and then he goes outside and he's just doing like crazy flips and tricks and stuff for no reason. And that's how Casey finds him. I'm like, why is he doing all these backflips? There's no reason.
He's just practicing his parkour, man.
Yeah, there's a nunchuck off that goes on for like an entire minute where they're just
Michelangelo just shows him up. Shows that member of the Foot Clan up. And, dude, I love how Donatello's in the background of that scene just smiling, like, yeah, Michelangelo got this.
Get him, yeah. But that scene goes on for like a full minute. It's like, one does a 15-second nunchuck sequence, and then the other's like, trying to up that person. Like, that feels like something that would be in like, an Edgar Wright movie from like, the 2000s.
Yeah, and
like, it's just kinda got that type of humor.
When Raphael is like fighting all the Foot members on the roof, and he's like, how do you think you're gonna beat me? And he like more just show up and he gets surrounded. He's like, good answer.
Yeah. I also really liked, like, again, this is just kind of going to show this movie did have like a lot of care put into it, which I think was surprising and is what makes it work. I love little details like, when April's boss comes over when the turtles are at their house or at her house or apartment and they like already know how to hide so well because like, yeah, obviously they've been hiding their whole life in the sewers, so they would know to hide. Like just stuff like that I feel like really helped fill out this world and these characters.
Yeah, I love when, I don't remember which one was hiding under the table, but the son sees him in the mirror and he looks back and it's just a stuffed panda.
Gone. Yeah, I think it was Donatello, but I can't
thought Donatello was in the shower.
Oh, maybe it was Leonardo. I don't know.
I think it might have been Leo. Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter. It was one of them.
Yeah. Who's your favorite painter that the Ninja Turtles names are based off, Brayden? Go.
Leonardo DiCaprio, because he's the one I know the most about.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's Leonardo da Vinci. God, what am I doing? Sorry, Da Vinci.
I like Da Vinci, but I gotta go with Michelangelo. I mean, he painted the Sistine Chapel. That's a pretty elite body of work right there. I don't think you can argue with that one. But they're all great in their own right.
Oh yeah, well, Leonardo da Vinci was in Assassin's Creed. Can the other one say that?
I don't think so. He was in Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, he's in Assassin's Creed 2, a game I started 3 months ago and still have not beaten.
What is Leonardo da Vinci's role in Assassin's Creed 2?
He's like your best friend, dude. It's awesome.
Oh. Okay.
He's like the assassin's right-hand man, basically.
That's actually hilarious. Yeah, getting back to just, I guess I'll just keep naming like moments I love and kind of that tie into stuff about the movie. I love when Splinter's literally like crucified on the like metal fence and he gives the whole speech and he says like, all fathers care for their sons. Like stuff like that is just like, it drives home the emotional like backbone of this movie that takes it from being just like a super corny, like weird 90s movie to being something that I actually really enjoyed and would go back and watch again.
Yeah, that was the one moment in the movie when Splinter's giving that speech that like legitimately almost made me start tearing up. I'm like, like, oh my god, this is so emotional and it's coming from a fictional rat.
I know, it's crazy. Then I really like the piece about like, it said that like Splinter tells them at the beginning, like, you've done well, but you have one more thing to learn, but you're not going to learn it here. Like, you're going to have to come later. And then they learn that was, it's not about the body, but about the mind. And I was like, hey, that's like pretty deep for a 1990 movie about a bunch of mutant Ninja Turtles and a rat.
Just seeing how like well the emotional beats are handled in this movie, and given that the Turtles are like a group of outcasts basically and misfits, I would love, I know he's doing DC right now, he's the head runner of DC, but I would love to see a James Gunn directed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I think it would be incredible.
I think it would be great, although like, I feel like James Gunn, like, I feel like if he does that, he's almost, like, you know how actors get, like, typecast? Yeah. I feel like James Gunn would be typecast to be a director, like, so hard. Like, he does all of the misfit, like, ensemble group movies.
He's doing Superman, though. I mean, I guess technically Superman could be a misfit, but he's not really. Superman is idolized.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's gonna be different for him. I really hope that works out and is good. Because if not, I feel like DC on the big screen could be in serious trouble.
Yeah. Speaking of DC, I've been watching Harley Quinn Season 4 lately. It's pretty good.
I haven't started it. Is it good?
I like it. It's not, I don't know, it's just Harley Quinn, It's like, nothing much has changed. It's still that, like, vulgar kind of humor.
Okay. I'll start it, because I liked Season 3. I don't know. I think I like Season 1 the most still, but I still really enjoy Season 2 and 3. Like, I don't think there was a big drop-off for me.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
But, okay. Back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Although, if we're on the topic of DC and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, remember that one time Batman was in a movie with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That was wild.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I love that movie.
It was. The Turtles have had, like, so many weird pop culture crossovers. Like, they did the Batman thing, they were in Power Rangers, or they, like, met up with the Power Rangers one time in, like, the late 90s. I think, has there been a Scooby-Doo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover? Because if not, there should be.
I'm not sure, but yeah, there should be if not.
Doesn't that feel like something that would have happened? Like Scooby-Doo and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
It would make a lot of sense. It's literally,
I know.
It's literally the Turtles with Splinter are 5. The Scooby Gang is 5.
Exactly. This needs to happen if it hasn't happened already, which I don't think it has. Cause I feel
and it's like literally the Turtles are like the in-between of like Scooby. Well, I mean, Scooby would fit in perfectly. He's a talking dog.
Yeah.
He's not humanoid though. So like the Turtles are like a cross between Scooby and fucking everyone else in the gang. There you go. You got your middle ground. You have completed the gang. That's the true gang right there.
Of course. That needs to happen. I'm gonna write Warner Brothers or who I don't know who owns the rights to these characters currently, but I'm gonna write them.
I think it's WB and WB. I think WB owns the right to Scooby-Doo. I don't know though. Because isn't it like, aren't they the ones that always make the animated movies like every year?
I think. Oh yeah.
Okay, I think it's WB and Nickelodeon. Yeah, Nickelodeon owns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the new movie, it was like Nickelodeon Pictures. I'm like, they got a whole studio now? They're releasing these in theaters?
I feel
Nickelodeon moving up.
They've come a long way since, I don't know, what was on Nickelodeon that I watched?
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh, okay, yeah.
Zoe 101, iCarly.
Thanks. Dude, when I was really little, I watched Max and Ruby on Nickelodeon.
Oh, dude, I watched that. Yes, I used to watch that like every morning.
Best thing ever. I loved when Max's friend or like Ruby's friend would come over and teach Max how to play football. I don't know if you ever saw those episodes, but there was like a bunch of episodes where Max was just learning how to play football, and it was awesome.
But this is not an episode about bunnies.
No, it's about turtles and another. I guess sharks aren't reptiles, but they kind of feel like water reptiles. You know, like I feel like they're in that vein. But I still wanted to get back to I really like how they give Splinter some stuff to do at the end of this movie. Like once he comes back into the fold, he kind of gets his moments to shine, because I feel like for that entire middle section, Splinter's like captured and the turtles are kind of figuring everything out without him. And so to give Splinter some moments like with Shredder against Shredder at the end, I feel like they really work. Because I'm a big fan of Splinter. I think he's a great character.
Yeah, like he owns Shredder too. Like Shredder doesn't get anything in on him.
No,
I mean it doesn't last very long at all.
That rat is good. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention. Who's doing all the impressions early on in the movie with like April and I think Casey's there. Like they do the Rocky impression.
Michelangelo.
Okay, it is Michelangelo. I got a good laugh out of the Rocky impersonation.
Adrian!
Adrian! Well,
I'm gonna face Apollo.
I'm happy I finally watched this movie. I mean, I obviously have known about it, and I've known about scenes, like, obviously how the suits look, and trench coat Raph, and Shredder and everything, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. I don't feel like I felt like it was the perfect length. It didn't overstay its welcome or anything. And I haven't seen any of the sequels, like 2 or 3, so I don't know how those are, but this one was pretty good.
Yeah, I really like this movie, and I think like the score is even pretty good. It's just it fits with like just what's going on screen and with the turtles, who they are as characters. And Splinter's spoilers, Splinter doesn't actually die at the end of this movie. Spoiler for this over 30-year-old movie. But you would think I don't know how he survived that, because he literally fell into a garbage truck and then Casey was like, oops, turned the compactor on, so he was compacted.
Dude, that was crazy. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's like super brutal for a family movie, kids movie.
Is this movie in the Saw universe?
I don't think so.
You think it's a stretch? I don't know. I feel like it could be in there somewhere.
I don't know. What did you think of Shredder's costume, though? How he, like, it was, like, bezazzled or whatever.
I liked it. I don't know. I thought it fit the vibe of the movie.
I felt like, it was going a couple decades back. But yeah, I still liked it. I never remembered it until today, at least. I don't know if I ever noticed that as a kid or not, that, like, most of his costume was bezazzled. Just like glittery pants.
Yeah.
And he's like
he was getting turned, man. But I feel like I also like the kind of grimy New York City atmosphere in this movie. Like it kind of reminds me of Escape from New York from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like there's still like enough 80s humor and vibes in this movie. Like it was only the first year of the 90s. So I kind of made some comparisons there, but I love that atmosphere. I think it works really well for the movie.
I agree. Oh, another funny thing is once like Leo hears Splinter reaching out to him as like Leonardo, and then Leonardo runs and tells everyone like, I know Splinter is alive, and Donnie's like, yeah, we think Splinter is alive too, Leo. And he's like, no, I know he's alive. They're like, what?
I know.
And they go to this fire to do this like whole like ritual ceremony thing to like fully unlock their inner ninja, because it comes from the mind, not the body. And Donatello whips out some marshmallows for s'mores.
Like, why does he do that? There's no...
Why would it not be Michelangelo that does that? It was Donatello, dude. He was like...
I don't know.
Donatello was a comedian in this.
Donatello is my boy. I love that guy.
Yeah, I also love that moment where, like, when the foot... It's during the whole rooftop fight with Ralph, and then in the apartment with all the other turtles, some other foot members were about to drop in, and Donatello is like, guys, like, structurally speaking, I don't think right now would be a good time for your buddies to drop in.
Like, I studied architecture, and this is not... You don't want to do it right now.
Yeah, and then the floor caves through.
Yep.
Oh, and the building's on fire, and April gets fired while the building's on fire.
Yeah. That's tough. I mean...
Hey, but by the end, she's like the highest paid reporter in New York, so...
That's true. Get some, April. Oh my... Yeah. What happens, happens. You know?
Hey, in the end, Casey has a girlfriend, and she's the highest paid reporter in New York. Like, everyone won.
Yeah. I saw this joke. This is totally off topic, but it was about it was a Barbenheimer joke, and it was like, to go see Oppenheimer, you need to understand physics and history and World War II history and astrophysics and all these big words and everything. And to go watch Barbie, all you need is a girl to go see it with. So Oppenheimer is clearly way easier to be able to watch.
Oh.
This is making fun of people who have no bitches. Anyway, you have anything else to say about this movie?
Nah, I think we've said enough. It's pretty damn good.
It is pretty damn good. Now,
really fun
before
time.
we get into the Meg, I'm gonna catch Brayden off guard because I'm in a big NFL mood right now, and I got curious about this stat, and so I looked it up, and now I want to quiz him. So Brayden.
Oh God.
There are only 7 active NFL quarterbacks with more than 3 playoff wins. Can you name all 7? More than 3 playoff wins.
7 quarterbacks with more than 3 playoff wins
that are still active in the league.
So anyone else that has more than 3 playoff wins in NFL history, any quarterback has retired.
Yes.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers.
He's the first with 12. Yep.
Patrick Mahomes.
He's second with 11.
Russell Wilson.
He's third with 9.
Oh my God, I'm naming these in order somehow.
Yeah.
There's 4 more. Wait, with 3 or more wins.
Yeah, there's 4 more.
That's tricky.
Well, not 3 or more. More than 3. So 4 or more.
Oh God. I'll just have to edit some of this. It'll be okay. I want to get these right.
Okay.
God, dude, every quarterback I keep thinking of don't win fucking playoff games. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how many fucking playoff games Dak Prescott has won. I don't want to guess him. I know he's lost more than fucking 3. Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins has not.
What? No. He hasn't?
Dude, he's only...
No, oh shit, no, he wasn't with Minnesota that year. That was fucking Case Keenum. Fuck me. That was the year before they got him, wasn't it? Fuck.
Case Keenum was...
Okay, that guess, whatever, invalid. Wait.
Yeah.
No. Dude, I feel like... Wait, is Nick Foles still active?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, well, no, I'm wrong. I think even if so, he only won 3. I think he only ever won the 3 he played for Philly when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Do you want a hint?
Okay, go ahead. Give me a hint.
Okay, I'll just give you a hint for
Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill's not.
Fuck!
Okay, but this guy, similarly to Ryan Tannehill, I would say, his playoff wins are not exemplary of, the caliber of quarterback he is. The team has been better than he's played.
The team has been better than he played. Wait. The team has been better. Oh! Jared Goff.
No.
He didn't win more than 3 with the Rams? What?
Jared
He was
Goff
with them for a while.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is Matt Ryan still active?
I don't know. He's not on the list.
I think he might have retired. He should have after last season.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think Josh Allen has won more than 3. Josh Allen.
He's on there. Yeah.
How many? How many has he won?
He's won 4.
4. Fuck it. Is he last?
Well, there's one other guy who's won 4, and then there's 2 who won 5.
Oh my God. I got the top 3. I knew.
Yeah.
No, I got this. I feel like okay, wait. Jimmy fucking Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo has won 5 playoff games.
Is that who you were talking about with that hint?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't thinking about him because he's not fucking with San Francisco anymore, but I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. one other guy got the majority of these wins all in just one playoff run.
All in one playoff run.
Actually, for the most part, like both of these two that are remaining.
Well, I don't know why I haven't said. I know Joe Burrow has fucking 4 playoff wins.
He has 5.
He has 5. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he won 2 this year and 3 last year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's one more who has 4.
I don't know why I didn't guess Joe Burrow early, like sooner. They made the fucking Super Bowl last year, and I knew they won games this year. There's one more. Okay, what conference?
It's in the NFC.
NFC. What the fuck? Wait, NFC. Let's see. Who's in the East? I don't think it's Dak Prescott. I'm not gonna guess Dak Prescott. If it's Dak Prescott, I'm gonna be pissed. NFC West. Who's in the West? Geno Smith. Definitely not him. Already guessed Jared Goff. It wasn't him. Fucking, I don't even know who the Falcons quarterback is. NFC West. Is it Matthew Stafford?
It is Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
He has won 4. Yeah.
God, that was... Has he really?
The Rams.
Did he... The Rams have won 4 playoff games while he was there?
Because he won 1 before he lost to the Bucs, to Tom Brady. No.
They lost to the Packers. No. Jared Goff was still with them when they lost to the Packers. Who the fuck did they lose to?
No, so they won, or did they win all 4 to win the Super Bowl?
Oh, were they not the 1 seed?
I don't think so.
I guess they would have won all 4 then.
Yeah.
If they weren't the 1 seed.
Well, that was a diversion from what we were going to talk about today, but I just saw it and I was like, Brayden can get all these guys.
Man, I did so well there out the gate, and then I was like, oh man, started doubting myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I should have just guessed the obvious ones. I was like, Josh Allen isn't going to be on there. I was like, Joe Burrow, he's only been in the playoffs 2 seasons. Forget that he made the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But, unfortunately, none of these quarterbacks have the nickname of the Shark, but that is what we're going to talk about before we wrap things up. The 2018 film starring Jason Statham, known as The Meg. I watched this movie probably when it came out on streaming after it was in theaters, and then I've seen like parts of it a couple times since. I don't think I've actually rewatched it all the way through. You just watched it recently for the first time.
Yes.
I, as a shark lover, like, I kind of think sharks are really cool, and I used to watch, like, a lot of videos and stuff about them as a kid. I always look for shark movies to watch. I don't think many of them are very good. Jaws is obviously the gold standard and one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't think anything really been up to that level besides Jaws, and I don't think The Meg is an exception, although I do think it's good fun and is good enough for what it is. Like, I enjoy this movie.
Yeah, this movie is entertaining enough. Jason Statham is pretty great in it.
I think Jason Statham is awesome in this movie, and I had this very weird thought that I wrote down while watching it, that I said, Jason Statham looks like if Bill Burr was cool.
Is Bill Burr not cool?
Well, I mean, Bill Burr's funny. I don't know if he's not, like, attacking giant killer sharks cool.
Maybe he could.
Maybe Bill Burr could.
Probably not. Bill Burr would probably say, fuck that, I got a pilot's license now, I'm gonna fly over this thing.
Yeah. That is probably what Bill Burr would say.
Speaking of... I like how I just keep jumping into the middle of, like, every movie. Speaking of pilots and flying things, Dwight Schrute had his very own, like, bomb squad or something.
I know! Yeah, Dwight Schrute is in this movie. I forgot he was in this movie. I turned some of it on last night. I watched, like, maybe half of it, or 60% of it. And I was like, is that Rainn goddamn Wilson? And I looked it up on Letterboxd, because I wasn't sure, and I was like, it is.
I had to look it up too, because, like, I didn't really think about it until I heard him talking. I'm like, is that Rainn Wilson? Because I did not recognize him with facial hair.
No, he's got, like, facial hair. He looks older, obviously. But, yeah, he is in this movie, and I actually think he's really funny for the most part. Like, I think he has a lot of funny lines.
I agree. I liked him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, his death is kind of stupid.
Very.
Yeah, it's very stupid. I guess one of my big issue with this movie is, I feel like they, so many times, just as a cheap way of, like, creating suspense, they keep throwing people into the water. Like, they keep finding new ways to get someone into the water to create suspense and danger, and I think it feels so forced after a while. Like, you just watch it, and literally every 10 minutes it's like, oh no, they fell into the water, or they're in the water, and the shark's in there, and it just came off as cheap and, like, trying to emulate Jaws, like, way too much to me, and it didn't really work.
Yeah, I agree. There was way too many moments where, like, they just had to get the characters into the water for no reason. They're like, oh, let's capsize the ship right now because we've done everything else already. We gotta do this now.
Also, by the way, okay, I just want to say this. The love, I don't remember the love interest name. I'm sorry. She is the love interest to Jason Statham, but her dad, dude, screw this self-righteous, like, leader guy who's literally, like, all like, hey, we can't kill the shark. This is for science. Like, if we're just like, bro, it is a 100-foot long killer shark that is eating boats. I don't care about the science. That thing needs to be dead.
Yeah, what's the point of doing science on something that is no longer about to exist?
Legit. Like, I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, he was so self-righteous about it, and I was like, bro.
Yeah, and he almost got his daughter killed multiple times.
Legit. Like, oh my god.
I was kind of relieved when he finally died. I'm like, fuck, your daughter's probably safe now.
I really like his granddaughter in this movie, though. She only has, like, 2 scenes, but I think she's really cute.
Yeah, she calls Jason Statham crazy.
She does, and then she has the scene where she's in the, like, tubes or the tunnels or whatever, and then the Meg greets her, let's say.
Gives her a little smile.
Yeah, definitely smiles at her. I think I was happy with that she wasn't, like, an annoying little kid, which happens in a lot of these movies or these types of roles. I actually liked her a lot. I thought she was
Dude, I love, like, when the ship does, like, capsize or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that moment, or it might be, it's one of the moments they end up in the water, and the one guy, he's got a life jacket on, and he's freaking out, the one that can't swim, and the little girl is like, stop, you got a life jacket on. She's like the one comforting him in that moment.
Yeah. Oh, she's awesome. I really liked her. Overall, I think, like, the humor in this movie actually really works. Like, it's part of what keeps it afloat, no pun intended. Like, I really like when, they're trying to put the tracker in the Megalodon so that they can set up the cage. And so someone has to go into the water to shoot the tracker at him. And Jason Statham's gonna do it. But then the other guy is like, hey, if you don't want to do it, I will. And Jason Statham's like, no, it's okay, I got it. And then the guy goes, okay, good, because I was lying.
When I think it's Rainn Wilson's character that, like, proposes the whole thing, and then they're like, alright, who's gonna do this? And they like, the moment they look at Rainn Wilson, he's like, I can't swim. He's like, oh, sorry, my body made me say that.
I like that scene. I like that line, too. Also, I think it's so hilarious when, I really look like a bad guy here because I just can't remember the main female lead's name. But when she's down in the cage trying to inject the poison into the shark or whatever, and everything starts going wrong, and she's literally 100 feet under the water in a cage with a giant shark down there. And Jason Statham takes off his sweatshirt and, like, runs to dive into the water. I'm like, that is so stupid. Like, what does he think he's gonna do?
Dude, Jason Statham just went up against this shark, like, every chance he got. He did not care. He's like...
He did not care. Just single-handedly goes blow for blow with this giant shark. Because that's the type of man Jason Statham is. Yeah, then there's, they find out there's a second shark, which, I was not expecting when I first watched this movie. But...
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either, at all.
I don't know.
I was wondering what was going to happen because, like, they kill the first one relatively early on. It's, like, middle of the movie, like, closer to the back half of the first half. Like, I don't even think we had gotten to the halfway point yet, so I'm like, what is the rest of this movie about to be? And then that happens, I'm like, oh, okay, there's just a second one.
Yeah. I do think they kind of set it up well with, like, there's a little moment with Statham and the woman, and they're looking at comparing the bite marks that were on the tunnel to the teeth of the Meg that they killed, and they're like, well, that doesn't exactly add up. And then obviously, like, the other one comes out of the water. I think it works. It does feel a little like, oh my god, like, really, there's another one. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could have just stretched it out and made the fight with the first one more interesting, because, like, there's only one shark in Jaws, and that movie is longer than this one, and the pacing in it is pretty flawless, in my opinion. I know it's unfair to compare shark movies to Jaws at this point, but that's kind of what I'm gonna do when Jaws is Jaws.
Yeah, I mean, what other shark movie is there to compare it to if not Jaws?
Yeah. I don't know. I do think the ending or how Statham finally kills, like, they finally kill the second shark is kind of cool, with him, like, basically making it bleed, and then all the other, like, modern sharks come and kill it. They're like, hey, you old, bro. You an old man. We gonna show you what's up.
That was so satisfying.
I know. It really was.
Dude, it was so satisfying to me just to see, like, Jason Statham gut that thing.
Yeah. It's very satisfying.
They
make the kill worth it.
I don't know why it wasn't, like, it made sense that all those sharks came, because obviously blood. I don't know why I wasn't really expecting it.
Yeah.
Blood in the water, man. They don't care that you one of their own. They don't care that you a big motherfucker.
They do not.
You wounded, you weak, you food.
You getting eaten. You getting eaten. But yeah, I don't know. I think overall, if you want just like a kind of dumb, like, fun shark movie to watch, it's perfectly entertaining enough. It's not too long. It does take a little longer to get going than you would like, I suppose, with a movie like this. Like, not a lot really happens for the first 15, 20 minutes. It's kind of setting everything up. But once you get to the shark really being revealed, I think it goes pretty smoothly. It's obviously kind of corny, and it tries to take way too much from Jaws, which doesn't really work. But as a whole, if it's like a thumbs up or thumbs down world, I would say this movie is a thumbs up for me. It's not like a huge thumbs up. I don't love it or anything, but I think it was good enough.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's entertaining enough. Like, I don't know if anyone ever wanted to watch The Meg, I wouldn't even be opposed to it.
Yeah, it'd be like, sure, okay, like, whatever, that's fine. Apparently the second one is very, very bad, so that's disappointing. But maybe I'll still go see it, or maybe I'll watch it when it comes on streaming. I don't know. But
I might watch it when it comes on streaming, because seeing Jason Statham murder a giant prehistoric shark is pretty satisfying.
It is pretty satisfying, and there's a lot of friggin' sharks in this new movie from the trailer that I watched. So it should be a lot of satisfying moments, but if people are saying it's bad, then maybe they messed that up. I don't know.
Maybe people are wrong. Or maybe it is bad.
Maybe people are wrong. Maybe it's actually awesome and the greatest movie of all time and gonna win Best Picture.
Yes. Definitely going to win Best Picture. The
of course.
Meg 2, The Trench.
Yeah. Better Trench movie than that Aquaman spinoff.
Exactly.
Whatever, Ben. Yeah. But, I think that about wraps it up for me. Is there anything else you want to say? Maybe plug where people can listen to the show.
Yeah, Jason Statham was awesome in this movie. And
he is awesome.
I liked seeing Dwight there.
That's true.
It's kind of nice seeing Rainn Wilson just randomly show up in things from time to time.
Yeah, I enjoyed him in this a lot. I wish his death wouldn't have been so stupid. He just falls off a boat and gets eaten. But, it's okay.
Yeah, but you can listen to the show on YouTube if you aren't already, or on Spotify or iTunes. You can find us there. I don't know where else it's for sure available. It should be on like wherever you can find podcasts, but
yeah, who knows? That's just some of the mystery of it all,
Exactly. It's for sure on those 3 platforms, though, so, go check it out.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for us.
And we'll go back into hibernation until next time.